Hey everyone, I'm Abhinav Gupta, founder and CEO of depX. depX has introduced a new feature. You can now hook up your AWS account to depX using OIDC, which stands for OpenID Connect. Before we proceed, let's talk about what is OIDC and how does it work. OpenID Connect 1.0 is a simple identity layer on top of OAuth 2.0. It enables clients to verify the identity of the end user based on the authentication performed by an authorization server. It allows access to basic profile information about the end user in an interoperable and REST-like manner. The flow for OIDC looks as follows. The user sends an OIDC request to the identity provider. The request contains the client ID and the redirect URI. Next, the identity provider, after validating the parameters, sends two JWTs, an ID token and an access token, to the redirect URI. In this instance, the redirect URI is the application's backend server. After validating the tokens, the backend server sends a successful connection request to the UI. It's a highly secure implementation for authenticating and authorizing your web application to temporarily access certain third-party resources without requiring a username or password from the user. You can head over to the OIDC playground and check out how it works in the backend. Now let's take a look at how depX is using OIDC for its AWS integration. First, we'll look at the flow and then we'll jump into depX and see it in action. When a depX user initiates the AWS login, they get redirected to the Cognito login page. Once they log in using their Cognito credentials, the request gets redirected to the Cognito IDP. After validating the request, the IDP sends an authorization code to the backend server. The backend server exchanges this code for the access token, ID token, and refresh token. Using the ID token, depX is now able to generate temporary credentials for the user's AWS account. Alright then, let's see this flow in action. Let's start by adding a new AWS account to depX. depX will first check if the user exists in the depX Cognito IDP or not. If not, it automatically creates a user account and shares the temporary password over email. Now, the user has to add the depX IDP to their identity provider's list. You can follow these steps to do the same. Now, we can create a role that will be assumed by depX. Select Create Role, Custom Trust Policy. Paste the policy we just copied. Now go back to your identity providers list, copy the ARN, and replace the federated principal parameter with it. Next, you can add any permissions of your choice. You can give it a name and a description. And we're done. Now copy the ARN of the role you just created and head over to depX and paste it after giving the CSP a name and a description. Once the CSP has been added, you can now log in with your username and temporary password. It will prompt you to set a password of your choice and authorize depX to assume the role you provided. Why don't we take a look at all the roles in this account? First, let's create a chart and ask depX to list all the roles. As you can see, these are all the roles currently available in the user's AWS account. So what did we learn? We learned what is OIDC and how is depX implementing it. With this feature, depX is becoming enterprise ready. Gone are the days where you have to spend multiple hours writing complex Terraform code, juggle between multiple tools, and figure out custom integrations. depX will become the biggest ecosystem in DevOps. Hit that like button if you liked the video, subscribe if you loved it. Don't forget to share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.